Yeah, radio TV phono nut here again, and today we have a Sears Silvertone AM radio from probably the early 1950s. Let's pull it apart and see what we've got to work with. Well, first off, we have lots of dirt and cobwebs. They always work better when there's cobwebs present. Okay, this is a nicer set, 6-tube chassis with a 3-gang tuning capacitor indicating a tuned RF stage and a ferrite rod antenna. So this set should be a decent performer whenever it's fixed up. And according to the chassis number, this set was built by Arvin for Sears Roebuck. And here's the underside of the chassis. I see where one capacitor has been replaced, and then the electrolytic filter capacitor looks to be a replacement. And I see it's a General Industries capacitor, so you know it's probably bad by now. Those things weren't very good quality to begin with. Okay, I have all of the capacitors replaced. I tried to solder as many as possible directly to the terminals in which they were removed from, but a few of them I had to splice onto because of the short lead length. Now, before I fix this, I want to show you this hack repair. Here's the dial-light shunt resistor. You can see it's just hanging here. And here's the old resistor that burned up. They just unsoldered one end of it and left the other end dangling on the terminal. Now, this is an example of the typical hack repair work that I and many others see when working on a set like this. So I'm going to pull this resistor, make sure it's good. If it's good, I'm going to shorten the leads. I'm going to remove this old burned out resistor, and I'm going to install it in here neater. Now, this 150 ohm dial-light shunt resistor is over 300 ohms, so that will need to be replaced anyway.
The wonderful world of Stu. Only.
Okay, we're achieving the desired results, but we had a little problem here at first. When I first tried the radio, we got a loud 60-cycle hum with the volume control turned all the way down, just like what you'd get if the filter capacitors were bad. Well, I scoped the power supply and didn't see any excessive ripples, so the next thing I thought of was a heater to cathode short in a tube, and since it was doing it with the volume turned down, I knew it had to be either the audio output tube or the 12SQ7 first audio tube. Well, the output tube checked fine. The 12SQ7 should have already had it in the tester where it'd be warmed up, but it checked weak on emission, did not check shorted, but on the grid emission test it checked bad, and when I tap on the tube the needle would swing all over the place. I'll try to demonstrate that now. As you can see, our emission is bad. Our grid emission is bad. I don't know how I'm going to hold the camera and hold the button down and tap on the tube. Hang on just a second. Oh, wait, I'm now noticing a short indication. Didn't see that earlier, but you can see the short light lighting up. Let me try it. This is going to be nearly impossible. Alright, let's try this. See the needle going crazy? Now the short light's out. But yeah, this tube obviously had a heater to cathode short that was causing the humming sound. Let me put it back in the radio and see if it'll act up.
Every minute of every day.
Well, now it's working fine. I guess it's like a temperamental automobile. It works when the...
But when emotions are high, it's easy to forget. And sharing too much information may put your identity at risk. The new RecCheck mobile app from the National Association of Insurance Commissioners helps you collect.
Well, now it's not going to mess up no matter what I do, but at any rate, I am going to discard that tube and put the new one back in there. Well, we're back together. Let's see, I replaced all of the capacitors. I replaced an intermittent 12SQ7 tube, cleaned the controls, installed a new line cord, or a new to me line cord. It was one that was cut off of something. And I touched up the alignment by ear, and everything seems to be working as good as it's capable of working.
So come be with us for an evening that'll make a difference in your life.
So for complete information on the dates, the times, the places, go to homecomingradio.com and you'll find out.
Even though this radio has a tuned RF stage, I really can't see that it performs any better than many standard AA5 radios that I get. That means All-American 5 tube lineup, for those that don't know. And I've actually ran into that a lot. In fact, I've ran into some 5-tube radios that performed better than some 6-tube sets with the 3-gang tuning capacitor tuned RF stage. Well, I guess the weather has knocked 1290 off the air. I think that's probably WDIA out of Memphis.
Talk radio just got a little cooler. Chad Benson.
The Chad Benson Show.
You know, there was a lot of money doled out.
Two back-to-back smart conferences.
And we're getting some out-of-town stuff, but it's getting later in the evening, so that's to be expected.
Pray together. Maybe not as vulnerable to some temptations I would be, because I've got spiritual intimacy, not just.
It's this 30% of all
Compensation. Visit forthepeople.com. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pen and jot down this special number. Call 800-910-1470. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels.
Actually, over-the-air TV looks better than all of it. That doesn't cost me a dime.
470. Sign up for
And the quality of programming is about the same.
First of all, there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV.
Okay, there you go, the circa 1952 Sears Silvertone. Back working again, should be good to go for a number of years. Alright, thanks for watching, and more to come later.
feeds red, white, and blue. Believes it. He's apple pie. He's Chevrolet. He is baseball.